For how long are the Zulu people going to allow themselves to be used by other people to ferment violence? Bafethu, let me actually post this in both isiZulu and English so that other people can understand our history. You know, we who grew up under apartheid, our environment was clearly defined. There was a law called Group Areas Act. We were not allowed to be in town at certain times. There was a curfew. A curfew is when beyond a certain time you get arrested because it's a criminal offense to be in a place called a white area. But in these white areas, there were Zulus from KwaZulu-Natal who were working as domestic workers, wearing those uniforms, you know, shorts and tops that are decorated with some blue, with some red decoration at the bottom of the shorts and on the sleeves of the shirt. They used to refer to it as Umatanda Kishin, Ukogumatanda Kishin. And the other types of the Zulu people were those who were guards, who used to look after buildings, not carrying guns, but carrying knobgiris. And most of them were from Umsinga, those who had actually, who had pierced ears and befage ekhaza. So a Zulu gentleman would actually be told, kungangeni umuntu la, and he would say, umlungu the kungangeni muntu. You would never go past. I used to be a member of a library called Shakespeare House in Commissioner Street. At some point, the owners of that building decided to prevent people from coming in on a Saturday. So I went there one Saturday with an intention of returning books and borrowing others. And the gentleman who was there, who was a guard, just told me, no, abasavunyelwa abantu kungena la, ngoba bayantshontsha. And then a group of white people, white boys and girls, came and then he said, Khalelana belung. I wanted to cry, but that was apartheid. So even on the eve of liberation, on the eve of democracy, there was what is called black on black violence, where a lot of people lost their lives. And in this situation, there was this thing of the third force. Now I'm seeing a similar pattern with this thing of illegal immigrants. I've got no brief for illegal immigrants. The points that you are raising about their illegality, they are valid, but it's not a civilian's job to go around harassing, torching them. In fact, you should be demonstrating against our own government, our own home affairs. People should be camping at home affairs and at the labor department and blockading those places to say, go and do your jobs, instead of going there, giving them powers that they don't have. And I regret why I commended Jacinta Ngobese Zuma, because I was disappointed in that lady yesterday when I saw her singing with some of these Zulu men. Yes, she has been captured by Zulu men and she was singing Shangane Sugendleleni. I found that revolting. I really found that I lost respect for her. So what is going to destroy this country and our people is when one tribe, I'm using the term tribe for want of a better word, will actually assume superiority over other people. Same as the Afrikaner tribe, the Afrikaner government did to us during apartheid. And when you have leaders of this country, even in the form of the men of cloth like Bishop Dube, going around and saying, Umkungundlovu kwela makwere kwere, I called him out for that. And yesterday I saw him inviting people to his church and showing us a tent. And I said, what a hypocrite. What a hypocrite. A fork-tongue minister, a fork-tongue bishop. At one point, he refers to people as amakwerekwe. He used bigotry to deal with issues instead of actually calling out his governments and his comrades in government to say, why are you not reinforcing rules like Dr. Matthews Pos? You can never lead a group of people you cannot control. You instigate them, and when they start torching building and property, and then you say they were provoked, because you can't control them. No one must start anything they cannot control. So I'm really disappointed. Our country is in trouble. Our country is going to descend into chaos when everybody, all and sundry, become enforcers of the law. What gives you? You have got no statutory right to be actually demanding papers from people. You haven't. Much as we are annoyed by the Nigerians breaking the law, what you should be saying is to tell the government, go and arrest those people who inaugurated the king. Arrest them and deport them. If they tell you there's no such law, there's no legal framework, they will be lying. There is. It's illegal to declare yourself as a king and you say you own a territory because you are going to start a war, which is what these Nigerians are going to do. But for us to behave like animals must also be condemned. I am disappointed. I am saying to myself, as a member of the Zulu tribe, Zulu people, I'm an African first before I'm a member of a tribe. But I am Zulu, and there's nothing wrong with that. I'm proud of it because Dube, Dr. Dube never taught us to insult other people. Instead, he taught us how to make shoes, how to be artisan with his wife, Nogutela Dube. That was the founder of the ANC, with Inkosi Albert Luthuli. Inkosi Mangosuthu Buthelezi, they never taught us about tribalism. His wife, Mamzila, may their soul rest in peace. Even the king, Mdlogombane, even the present king, His Majesty today, had a problem with his own family. Not because they were not aware that he is actually the rightful heir to the throne. They were, but they wanted to discriminate against him because his mother is Swazi. The king knows it, and the royal family knows it. And there are those decent men and women in the royal family who said, not on our watch. Professor Bhengu once invited him at my university when he retired as a Minister of Education. He gave us a paper where he was talking about Zulu nationalism. And he warned us, he said, if you allow Zulu nationalism to thrive at the expense where a group of people give themselves powers they don't have and assign to themselves superiority over other tribes, then we are heading for chaos. This must be condemned. The issue of illegal immigrants must be tackled by government and law enforcement officers. I've lost respect for Jacinta. I'm sorry I even commended her.